There is a particular kind of silence that comes before a great storm. It is not a peaceful silence. It is a held breath. The sky, a canvas of pale, unsuspecting blue just hours before, begins to gather a weight on the horizon. A bruise of deep violet and gray that slowly, deliberately expands. The air, once alive with the chatter of birds and the rustle of leaves, becomes still, heavy, charged with an unspoken promise. In this profound quiet, the world seems to pause, waiting. It is in this waiting that we project our fears. We see the coming wind and imagine what it will take from us. We see the darkening clouds and anticipate the breaking, the falling, the end of things. We believe the storm is a force of pure destruction. But this is a misunderstanding. The storm does not arrive to destroy. It arrives to reveal. The first breath of the storm is not a roar, but a whisper. A cold current of air that snakes through the tall grasses, making them bow in unison. It is a scout, a messenger, testing the landscape. It finds the dead leaf clinging weakly to a branch and sets it free. It lifts the dust from a forgotten path and scatters it. It rattles a loose shutter on an old barn, a gentle reminder of a weakness long ignored. These are the first small revelations. The things with no anchor, no firm connection, are the first to be moved. The wind is not malicious. It is simply honest. It is a question, asking of everything it touches. What holds you here? Then the whisper grows into a voice. The sky's heavy curtain finally begins to fall, not as gentle rain, but as hard, silver needles, stitching the heavens to the earth. The world dissolves into a cascade of gray, and the wind, now a constant mournful cry, begins to push. It is no longer just a question. It is a force of inquiry, a relentless pressure against everything that stands. A weathered, rotting fence, which looked charming and rustic in the calm sunlight, splinters and falls. Its foundations were shallow, its wood hollowed by time. It was a ghost of a barrier, and the wind simply blew it away. A beautiful, flowering vine, clinging superficially to a stone wall, is torn from its perch. Its grip was wide, but not deep. The storm reveals that beauty without strength is a fleeting thing. Now, the heart of the storm arrives. The world becomes a symphony of chaos. The wind is a physical presence, a roaring, invisible beast that throws itself against the world. The rain is a liquid wall, blurring all distinction between land and sky. And this is where the great truth is told. For in the midst of this overwhelming power, some things do not break. Consider the ancient oak tree on the hill. Its younger, more brittle branches crack and are thrown to the wind. The tree is pruned of its dead wood, its weaker extensions. But the core of the tree, its massive trunk and its oldest, strongest limbs, do not fight the wind. They yield, they bend, they sway in a deep, rhythmic dance with the storm. The tree's strength is not in its rigidity, but in its deep connection to the earth. Its invisible roots, which we have spoken of before, are its true power. They hold fast in the churning soil, a foundation of memory and resilience that the storm cannot see, and therefore cannot defeat. Consider the lighthouse on the cliff's edge. The waves, now monstrous and green, crash against its stone base, exploding into plumes of white spray. The lighthouse does not stop the waves. It does not calm the sea. It was not built to defeat the storm. It was built to endure it. Its foundation is the bedrock of the cliff itself. Its purpose is singular, to hold a light in the deepest darkness. The storm rages around it, a display of immense temporary power, but the lighthouse remains, its beam a quiet, unwavering statement of persistence. It reveals that true strength is not about changing the world around you, but about holding true to your own purpose within it. The storm rages for what feels like an eternity, a cleansing fury, a relentless test of everything. And then, as slowly as it began, it recedes. The roar of the wind softens into a sigh, and then a whisper, and then silence. The curtain of rain thins, and a single, determined ray of sunlight breaks through the clouds, painting the wet world in liquid gold. This is the moment of revelation, the aftermath. The world is not destroyed. It is changed. It is washed clean. The air is crisp and clear, free of the dust and haze of yesterday. The fallen fence lies in pieces, its weakness now plain for all to see. But the ancient oak stands, its leaves glistening, its form more essential and powerful without its dead branches. The lighthouse stands, solid and serene against the calming sea, its light now extinguished, its duty done. The storm took nothing of value. It simply removed what was fragile, what was hollow, what was no longer serving its purpose. It was a sculptor, carving away the excess to reveal the essential form of things. And so it is with the storms within us. The winds of change, the rains of sorrow, the waves of doubt. They arrive in our lives with a terrifying fury, and we believe they have come to destroy us. We see our plans, our beliefs, our very sense of self being torn apart. But the storm of the soul is also a force of revelation. It reveals the shallow friendships that were merely fences of convenience. It tears away the hollow beliefs that were only clinging to the surface of our minds. It breaks the parts of us that were already brittle, the vanities, the pretenses, the illusions of control. But it cannot touch our roots. It cannot break our core. The storm reveals our own ancient oak, the deep-seated values and the true character that bends without breaking. It reveals our own lighthouse, the inner purpose, the unwavering light of who we truly are, that continues to shine even in the most terrifying darkness. It shows us what is truly solid within us. We do not discover our resilience in the calm, we discover it in the chaos. We learn the strength of our foundations only when they are tested. Perhaps we have been looking at our struggles all wrong. Perhaps they are not punishments, but purges. Not a force to be feared, but a truth to be faced. The storm does not care for our comfort. It cares only for what is real. So when the next storm gathers on your horizon, do not ask for shelter. Do not pray for the wind to cease. Ask for deeper roots. Ask for a stronger light. And ask for the courage to see, in the calm of the aftermath, the beautiful, resilient, and essential truth of what remains.